Well, this definitely resembles a slum, doesn't it? But anyway, let's go to the bridge. I don't think I need to consult the FAQ here. Okay, so yes, you can get weapons and stuff here, but there's no real need for it. Well, yet. Keep an eye out for this space, because it will be occupied soon enough. But let's go to the bridge and trigger another bit of cutscene madness. It'll be a long one again.
Is anybody here?
A job extension. The Xth form.
You!
Okay, why are you here, Zelkova?
It looks like you were able to recover the connection between the epitaph and your consciousness.
What's the Xth form? Zelkova, are you the one who hacked my PC?
Yep.
I love the blunt just, yep.
The power source driving it comes directly from your epitaph's power. Your force of will. All I did was mess around with its connection a little bit.
You're Zelkova, right? For real?
And again, just...
Yep.
Yep.
What's Moontree's guildmaster doing in a den of hackers?
Well, you see, this is sort of my home.
Your home?
Haseo, can you remember how it is you ended up here in the net slum?
Okay, hold on. So, before I continue, let's go over what we know about Zelkova so far. So, when we first ran into him, he was in a dungeon with Kaede observing. Correct? That's when Ida attacked him and Pai pushed him out of the way, saving him and getting herself infected. So, from then on, Zelkova kind of had an interest in Haseo, as we saw during the Demon Palace tournament hijinks, and so was perfectly willing to work with him. And it came to a head in Volume 2 when Haseo asked Kaede, "Why are you asking me?" And then Kaede said, "If anything happens to me, call upon Master Haseo." So we always knew Zelkova wasn't your standard player character, but it's heavily implied that he is an AI. Or at least a Vagrant AI. Although Vagrant would imply that he's like constantly on the move, which he is and yet isn't. But we don't know any of this for sure, or we didn't until, well, we'll get there when we get there. But let's resume the cutscene.
Ovan started the rebirth.
Yes, and the aftershock of that program blew you into this parallel version of the world, also known as the net slum. And a force strong enough to damage your consciousness and PC body has enveloped the entire network.
Yeah, I almost lost my soul back there too.
So the rebirth did so much damage to the world.
Just who exactly are you? How do you know all this?
Zelkova is a resident of the net slum.
Oh, and hello, Yada.
Haseo!
Haseo! Haseo!
Kun! Pai! Adelie! You're all okay!
We were gonna say the same thing to you. You know, you really had us worried, you punk.
Like that.
Endrance and Sakubo are in net slum as well.
I wish we had more animations.
The
in this
aftershocks
series
from
of
the
games.
rebirth blew us all apart, but somehow Zelkova gathered us back together again.
Well, knowing what Zelkova is
Yada,
implied to be,
you knew all about this net slum place?
it'd be pretty easy for Zelkova to do that.
Oh yeah, Yata's quite the celebrity to pretty much everyone here.
Another hint of who Yada actually is.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. So we're going to know who Yatta is exactly very shortly.
Ovan. He was looking for some way to save his comatose sister. In the end, Ovan destroyed himself. For her.
Well, about Ovan.
Wait. All of us made it out of this in one piece. That should be enough for now.
By the way, Haseo, you look different.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Zelkova, did you experiment on an Epitaph user's PC?
The Xth form is an illegal power created from the fusion of the Epitaph and the user's PC.
Power? Who needs power now?
Ooh. Oh, I love that attitude, that juxtaposition between this and Volume 1.
Your battle with Ovan is over, but the seeds of danger haven't vanished from the world. Far from it.
What? What do you mean?
Ooh. Well, we'll be seeing that shortly as well, around the same time.
Don't worry, just put your mind at ease, Haseo. After all, you really could use some rest.
Alright. So we've looked around the net slum. We'll be coming back to it a bit later. But...
Haseo?
What's going on? What's going on with the world? With the net? With everything?
I don't know, but... Haseo, you and I are here, aren't we?
Haseo!
Haseo! You too, Adley! What could it be? Come on, Haseo, let's go!
Alright. It's nothing bad.
What the?
Wow, the town!
That's a good image right there. Sadly, I don't think it's going to be used as a thumbnail for this video.
Will right around here be okay?
Yes, thank you.
Yatta, who are you talking to?
I've been here the whole time.
He's Tartarga, the ship itself.
Remember, hack mutation.
That's crazy.
It's the same Tartarga.
He's an old friend.
And the fact that Yatta's calling him an old
Haseo.
friend, well, yeah.
Haseo, you now possess the power to resist the seeds of danger in this world.
The seeds of danger.
However, at present, you cannot activate your power completely.
What do you mean?
Well, I totally trust in what you can do now. So think things over with your friends, and let's just keep on going. I'll help you out if I can. So don't hesitate to call me if you need me.
We just got Zelkova's member address. That is ballin'.
I'm not quite sure how much help he'll be, but
I've actively avoided
I
using
believe I can be of help if you need
thanks,
to raise your
Kaede.
level.
Okay, I'm gonna cut you off right there, Kaede. Yeah, Zelkova is an amazing party member. However, I don't actually use him all that often, simply because he is so overpowered and like killing everything in sight. Like just with him and not even with Haseo is kind of like underwhelming. So I try not to use Zelkova as much as possible. Also, he is the richest character in the game. Maybe at one point I'll show that, but he has the max amount of money possible. So he, if he uses up all his items, like the next time you call him into our party, he'll be completely restocked up. So it's kind of crazy, but explains a lot.
And in accordance with Lord Zelkova's wishes, I will fight alongside you. Please, take this.
And we get Kaede's member address as well.
It looks like we'll be arriving soon.
The activation of the rebirth caused network problems in the real world on a global scale. Finance, communication, transportation, the media. All aspects of life were affected. The third network crisis.
Yeah. So remember how Korbanek at the end of Hack Quarantine was called the second network crisis? Or at least all the events leading up to it.
Yeah, that's what society called it. But in the midst of all that, the world became peaceful again. Since the rebirth activation, there hasn't been a single report of any Ida phenomena anywhere. Ovan, did you get everything you wanted?
Who knows?
The lost ones are gradually returning to normal in the real world. But Shino...
Shino's still comatose, sadly. We'll get an update on her in like a few seconds. But let's check out the community forum first, since we haven't actually been there since the beginning of last video. Poofy hair, that sounds like ew. I know who that is. Hello, Taihaku. That's a really cool wallpaper. I'm not gonna use it though. I still like the Azurkite one. Anyway. Sorry for the sniff. Kind of dealing with some allergies. At least I think they're allergies. I can't confirm that for certain, but I don't feel sick or anything, but hey. Okay, there's a lot of stuff. And, yeah. Gotta get those member addresses out of the way. Alright. Saku. Why are you acting so tsundere? What's your problem? No, we're not going back to Volume 1, Haseo. Also, how would Haseo know this? Is he smarter than I give him credit for? Or, I mean, he probably lives under a rock less than I do.
I relayed Bo's feelings. Now, Saku, you need to try and understand. Really think about it, Saku.
Alright, so, okay, yeah, CC Corp's bullshit excuse to blah blah blah. They don't know what's going on, they're just making shit up. Hey, Sirius isn't a lost one anymore. And the first thing he does is lament about Alcade not being there as well.
Sirius, it looks like you made it back to the real world. But Alcade... and... Shino... Zelkova told us that the seeds of danger were still here. What did he mean, Adelie? If you hadn't been there, there's no way I would have ever been able to fight Ovan. Thank you, Adelie.
Yeah. Alright, Endrance, what do you have to say?
I thought we'd beaten Ida, but Shino and Alcade are still unconscious. Could it be there's some cause besides Ida?
Alright, so Kuhn gives us some information. So, yeah, this is CC Corp being CC Corp. They refuse to take responsibility, and of course they always have somebody else to blame. And they're just going to use Ovan, even if he's dead.
It looks like the rebirth has gotten the CC Corp people fighting amongst themselves. I don't think Yada and Pi are going to be able to rest for quite a while. But I wonder, what happened to Ovan in the real world?
Speaking of Pi, here's her message.
Who gave us the prophecy? Who? Or perhaps, what?
So yeah, Atley, Endrance, and Pi are just literally telling you your fight isn't over yet. And it isn't.
It looks like the world's been damaged in a lot of places. Maybe the rebirth also had something to do with that. We haven't had any reports of Ida being detected anywhere in the world since the rebirth. I guess that means it's finally over.
Oh, you sweet
But-
summer child.
Ovan, is this really what you wanted?
Oh, there's a new mail. Let's read it. Yada, urgent. Okay, this is where things fall into place. So he gives us an update on Shino. So she's in the beginning throes of recovering now. So he wants us to come to Hidden Forbidden Bulwark.
Something he has to tell me. I wonder what it is. Anyway, let's go see Yada.
Oh, so this is going to be bad. This is going to be very, very bad. So, remember what I said about Taihaku's Ida-infected sword Maxwell? The thing that came out of it saying,
Yada's calling me. I should...
Well, people attributed it... Some people attributed it to this, although that's not correct. Or at least I don't think it's correct. But... This has something to do with the first 4 games. If you'll remember something, Kite used the Twilight Bracelet.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yada, what did you mean by what you said in that email?
And when he data drained Skaith, he created something.
Look below you.
He created the shadow of the bracelet. This is similar. And that probably has already given it away.
What the?
Be afraid. Oh, here we go. I guess I better talk over this one, because yeah, this would probably be claimed. Yes, even synths can be copyright claimed these days. Oh, what is this? I wonder what this thing could be, huh? Oh boy. Oh, there it goes.
See it?
He is back.
Yada, what is that?
I've found several areas in the world exhibiting the same phenomenon. Furthermore, this is something completely different from the Ida phenomenon.
It's not Ida? Then what is it?
I believe it is an anti-existence.
Anti-existence?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember Fidel's prophecy, Haseo?
Prophecy?
Dude.
If this is the giant shadow, then this is the anti-existence of rebirth.
Anti-existence?
Haseo, come on.
It is the shadow of the Morgana factor. In other words, of we epitaph users.
And what was the shadow of Kite's bracelet?
Use of a power that was not meant to exist created anomalies in the data. And the light of the rebirth created this as its shadow. Yes. Its name is
Get ready for it.
Cubia.
Cubia?
Yep, Cubia is back. We have to fight him.
The bitter legacy left to us by Ovan.
And,
If the effects resulting from the rebirth were spread throughout the entire network, then Cubia will also spread, not just throughout the world, but the entire network as well. The true destruction is now beginning. The true apocalypse.
Wait a minute, what about Alcade? And Shino? Their consciousnesses are probably still in the world.
I will take responsibility for what I've done in the past. Once, 7 years ago, when the world and the real world were in danger, I was indeed on the battlefield.
Yep.
7 years ago.
So,
You mean the second network crisis?
The anti-existence Cubia was present then as well.
You mean this monster's shown up before?
Ovan eliminated Ida at the cost of his life. He cured the Lost Ones and protected the world. Now, let me protect it with my life as well. Surely that would fulfill his dying wish.
Looks like you're finally saying what you mean.
I will not allow the world to be destroyed.
that was a long time coming.
Alcade and Shino's consciousnesses are still wandering in the world. They won't be destroyed. I'll protect them with my life.
Oh, and Yada's in a hurry. There he goes. Alright. So, if he wasn't obvious by now, Yada is Wiseman. Alright, so, what should we do here? Alright, well, let's change the skill trigger. We now have a new, art called Justice, which is pretty cool. And, I probably should have used more, yeah. But, hey, we can still do that. Alright, so. Can I call him? I can. So we're going to do something really quickly. We are going to go to Hidden Forbidden Sacrament, aka Great Temple of Carbon Maeve. And we are going to upgrade Yada's Lost Weapon. Because he has it right now. Let's actually equip it. Because Voice Usurper is the Lost Weapon. He had Dark Crow as his starting weapon. Alright. There we go. Alright. So, that's done. Alright. Let's head to Bragapana, and I think that's going to be it for this episode. So let's see. Can we invite everybody else? No, we cannot. I would rather wait for both to be available so that I can knock out all of the sealed beasts at once. Because, yeah, I'd like to fight the sealed beasts next time. But, yeah. Anyway. This is the zoo clerk. Yeah. You won't have anything useful anymore. What about you, Gaspard? You have nothing to sell. Okay. Don't know why I suddenly have these. I don't need the Toj anymore. Let's see, what else is there that I can get rid of? So, I'm going to tell you right now, Cubia is nowhere near as easy to deal with as he was in the first 4 games. He is absolutely a pain in the ass. I'm not going to spoil the encounter because that's kind of it's kind of insane what happens, but just know that I never like fighting him in this game. He is the absolute goddamn worst enemy in the entire trilogy, and that's even counting Ida Oswald. Which was the Ida that had possessed Bordeaux. And even worse than Corbinek's second, who I had, who normally isn't that difficult for me because of I take advantage of his Celestial Wrath attack to stun him. But, yeah, I think this is a good point to end off on. So, when we get back to this, I think we'll be fighting a lot of the sealed beasts, even though we are horrendously under-leveled, and I don't think it'll be that hard to take them all on. We'll probably have to leave Bo's sealed beast for later, though, but that's fine. So, in the next Mario 64 Decades Later segment, we'll have to deal with copyright nonsense. Hopefully not, though. I still don't like how Undertale and Deltarune music is in the claim system, but that's for another video. Till then, Babsquah. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that noise was.